Hey guys, welcome back to Cruising with Matthew, and in episode 5 of my P&O Azura vlog series, I'm going to be talking all about our day at sea when I got my university results, as well as our day in Barcelona where me and my sister explored some of Gaudi's masterpieces. So I really hope that you enjoy this. So me and my family woke up to yet another gorgeous day in the Mediterranean, with Azura making her way towards Barcelona. It was really shaping up to be a fantastic sea day, although the mood for me was slightly dampened by the fact that I was absolutely terrified because I was about to get my university results, which would dictate the classification of my degree in biomedical sciences, which I've been working for 3 years. So to say that I was a little bit apprehensive was an understatement. So I tried to take my mind off things by having a huge breakfast, as well as walking around the ship in the morning, taking in the beautiful sight of the Mediterranean Sea and Azura herself. However, as it got closer to midday, I was really getting nervous, so I decided to go into my cabin and wait for the results to come through. It was also really weird having internet access on a sea day, because I do quite like having no internet whilst I'm at sea, because it means that you can really relax and spend time with your friends or family. So it did kind of feel a little bit intrusive having my phone vibrating every few minutes as we were all trying to see if anyone's results had come through. But just after midday, I found out that I had got a first class honours degree in biomedical science, so me and my family were absolutely ecstatic. And what made it even nicer was the fact that, unbeknownst to me, my sister had told Ben and Annie, the two headliner singers who were holding the choir session, although they didn't know that I'd actually already received my results. So at the end of the session, they wished me good luck, which then turned into a very quick celebration after I told them that I'd got a first, and loads of people came up to me congratulating me, and it just made me feel really special. What made it even nicer was the fact that it was also a formal night. Me, my mum and my sister were all dressed to impress, and we had a gorgeous meal, and then we finished off the day by having many cocktails in the Planet Bar, and I couldn't think of a more suitable place to celebrate getting my results. So the next day I woke up as Azura was manoeuvring her way into Barcelona, and me and my sister had booked to go on P&O Cruises Gaudi tour, which cost around £45 I believe for half a day, and we were both really excited. It's the first excursion that I'd done with P&O in a very long time, and I'm not normally one to go on excursions personally, but with the size of Barcelona I figured we weren't going to be able to easily get to all the places I wanted to see in such a short period of time, and after getting on our tour bus we set off to the centre of Barcelona. As we left the dock, we got some beautiful views of Azura herself, and also our neighbour for the day, Norwegian Cruise Line's Norwegian Pearl, which looked very different but also very interesting indeed. As we made our way into Barcelona, our very knowledgeable tour guide pointed out some buildings along our route which had clearly been influenced or built by Gaudi himself, and then we made our way further into the city to our first stop, Park Güell. Now this was originally intended to be Gaudi's idea of a housing development, and what a place this would have been to live in, but eventually it was transformed into a vast park and gardens. Now because Gaudi had noted that in nature there are no straight lines, he'd always endeavoured to design areas with no straight lines. So as a result, Park Güell was a taste of how surreal his architecture was in comparison to what we're all used to, because in this park you had these fantastic gingerbread style houses, you had archways that were leaning, and the most fantastic roofs which were full of mosaics, and even at one point there was a salamander. Although it was quite busy with it being the start of summer and also quite hot, I couldn't help but be amazed by his genius, and I've really enjoyed visiting this park. It seemed that everywhere you went there was something unexpected to see, and it was all intricately designed, so I would definitely recommend that you visit Park Güell. Now after that we boarded our coach and set off to the most exciting part of the tour, and this was the Sagrada Familia. Now this has been under construction since 1882 and still hasn't been completed to date, and once you walk up to it you can't help but be wowed by the sheer size of this building, and like Park Güell, it seemed to break every building convention I had ever thought of. What made it even more interesting was the fact that you could clearly see new parts of the building right next to sections which had clearly been around for 100 years or so, and if you thought the outside was impressive, the inside was even better. Walking into the interior of the Sagrada Familia, I was completely blown away, and I know that is a statement that is thrown around a lot, but I think it is very apt for the interior of the Sagrada Familia, because it is probably one of the most amazing interiors I've ever come across, because you see these soaring columns and these intricate ceilings, and the whole area is filled with light that has been coloured by the variety of stained glass windows on the walls of the Sagrada Familia. And I'm not a religious person, but I felt incredibly humbled to be standing in this area. Similar to Park Güell, everywhere you looked there was something new and interesting to see, and I cannot wait to see what it will look like when it is finally completed. But this is something I would say is a must-see for anyone, and another perk of going on the excursion with P&O was the fact that we already had tickets available, so we didn't have to queue, we walked straight in. It was an amazing experience, and I could have stayed there for hours walking through its cavernous interior spaces. However, unfortunately, we did have to get back to the ship. Now, there was an option to get off at the Columbus Monument, which is at the foot of La Rambla, if you wanted to do some more exploring, but mainly because I hadn't slept well with the anxiety of getting my university results, and also the late night before with a lot of cocktails, coupled with the fact that we'd done a lot of walking that morning, we decided to go back to the ship and spend some time relaxing. Now, to make this day even better was the fact that it was tropical night. Now, tropical night on a P&O cruise tends to occur on the longer cruises going to places like the Mediterranean or the Caribbean, and everyone properly gets into the spirit of it, I found, and you see all the staff in their most loudest and bright Hawaiian shirts, and a lot of the passengers get dressed up for it as well. Indeed, I have a top which has a variety of parrots on, and I think that's the only time I ever wear it. So it's a bit of fun and everyone has a laugh. After another lovely dinner, we made our way up to the top deck, where Pulse, the resident band, was performing in a tropical themed deck party, and everyone was really getting into the groove of it, and it was just a really nice happy atmosphere and summed up how much everyone was enjoying this cruise, in my opinion. Shortly after, Azura manoeuvred her way out of Barcelona, having stayed until around 10:30 so people could enjoy an evening in Barcelona if they wished, and made her way towards her next port of call, Livorno in Italy, which was the gateway to areas like Florence and Pisa. However, before then we had another sea day to look forward to, where we could enjoy and relax, which after the amount of walking that we did during our Gaudi tour was going to be much appreciated. So, I really hope you enjoyed episode 5 of my P&O Azura vlog series. If you have, please like and subscribe because it's always appreciated. And if you want to know more about Cruising with Matthew, then please take a look at some of my other social media sites. The links are on the screen and also in the description below. I hope that you're all doing well and keeping safe at the moment, and I will see you in the next video. So this is Cruising with Matthew, and thank you so much for watching.